Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today I thought we would go through my baby registry / things that I've bought. I am currently almost 30 weeks pregnant, so we're getting close, and here are things that I have either been gifted or that I have got through Facebook Marketplace or bought myself. And at the end of the day, just remember the most important thing is you. Your baby cares about you the most and not all the things that you have. But I'm so thankful and I'm so excited to share, so let's get started. Okay, so I figured I'd break it into categories, so we'll cover bath time first. So one of the first things that we got was this skip hop bath set. And I thought this was just perfect because it has like a kneeling pad, an elbow pad. It also has a pouring to pour the water, I don't know, a jug, I guess, in the shape of a whale, and then to cover the head of the bathtub. So this was just perfect, and I absolutely am so glad we got this. Next, because I heard it's super important to check the bath temperature of the baby, we have the cute little ducky thermometer that will tell us the time of the bath. Is it absolutely necessary? Maybe not, but I also heard it's really easy to burn baby skin, so we went with this. Then we just got a couple of little towels, hooded towels. So we have a couple of these, and then we'll just use regular towels if we need to. But this one is just so cute. It reminds me of Dookie, who's being a mischievous over there and sniffing everything. As far as washcloths, we just registered for some Muslim ones on Amazon. And this is one that we really liked. It came with 10 washcloths, and I think it'll do the trick. My aunt, who works at a nursery, she kind of runs her own daycare, gave us what's called this Tubby Pal, and basically you get it wet and you can place it on their tummy while you're giving them a bath so they stay nice and warm. I thought this was so cute, and I think she'll absolutely love it. And then something that I really wanted was this Angel Care bath. I thought it was perfect. They can use this until 6 months, and then I've heard people say you just flip it over and they can sit in it, and so it's kind of can use past 6 months. But this was just a simple, cheap option because we'll be using a bathtub instead of a sink, so this is what we went with. Next, we got a little bamboo brush set, which I thought was so cute to brush her hair. It comes with 2 different brushes and a comb, so we will definitely use this after bath time. Then last but not least, we decided to go with the Honest line, and I was between this and Tubby Todd. We'll try this out. I got the sensitive one, so no smell. And we have a couple different ones. We also have, this is shampoo, we also have lotion, and then we have a cute little kit that's in a box, but it is packed away. That's everything we have for bath time. So we'll go ahead and move on to baby gear and travel stuff. Okay, next I figured we could talk about travel gear and kind of the bigger items. So the first thing we got is, which it's in a box in the garage because we'll be moving here soon, but is the Nuna Pippa RX, and this is a car seat I really wanted, and I'm so thankful that I was able to get it at a huge discount. Always look for sales, and it's such a pretty color, and I'll insert a picture of it, but we are just really happy with that. We love Nuna, and we love that it can be baseless, and we can just use the car seat back and forth between our 2 cars. The next item that we are so excited about is the Nuna Trib Next. So our car seat will be able to pop in and out of this. And we have had this out because we have been practicing walking with Duke next to a stroller, but it is so nice. It has 3 different recline positions, so all the way here and then almost completely flat. It has an extendable canopy, and then the big selling factor for me on this one was just how easy this is to compact. And yeah, I wanted something that was a mid-sized stroller because I'm in and out of the car and we're more suburban living. And I just thought this was perfect. So I'm really happy we were gifted this, and I couldn't be happier with this stroller. Also, if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, which you should, it's at Shannon Horolet, and I'll put it here on the screen. But I am really into running. It's great for my mental health and just being outside. And I was gifted the Guava Roam stroller, and I'll insert a picture over here, but I'm so excited about this. It's a very compact jogging stroller. And for when she's a little bit older, that will be our going to the park, our zoo, running, just bigger stroller to handle the bigger days and beach visits, things like that. So we have 2 strollers, which we're so grateful for. They were both gifted, and I feel so blessed. So the Trib will be our everyday car stroller, and for when she's younger, because the car seat just clicks in and out of that. And then the Guava Roam will be when I can start running with her in the stroller and using that for big park outings. Next, we got a wrap. I want to be able to baby wear, and so we just went with the Moby. I know that people really like the Solly wrap as well, but this was just a cheaper option, and you don't have to get the most expensive of everything, and I'm really happy with this. So we'll be using this when she is newborn if she really likes it. We also did register for the Wild Bird carrier, aerial carrier, which we'll be getting later this month. And that is just the more structured body carrier with buckles, and that will be great for when she gets a little bigger, or in case she doesn't like the Moby wrap. I'm really excited about baby wearing, so is my husband, so we went with that too. If you think the Maybe carrier is better, let me know which one you guys prefer, Wild Bird or Maybe, because since we haven't gotten it yet, we want to know which one, but I just love the Wild Bird print, so hopefully we'll be getting that at the end of this month. And then kind of the last like gear travel essential is we got the Mom Cozy baby monitor, and this is not the newest version, but the one right before. And we wanted something with no Wi-Fi, something that we'd be able to kind of use back and forth if we need to move around, and we just have like the screen, and we heard that that's better than a Wi-Fi one, and it wasn't that expensive. And also check Facebook Marketplace, because I got this brand new, still wrapped in the plastic for less than half the original price. So don't sleep on Facebook Marketplace, because you can save a lot of money. That's everything for baby gear, like travel essentials. So let's move on to the next category. So the next category is feeding. We don't have as many things, but I do plan to try to breastfeed, but you just never know. And also because I work, I will be giving a bottle when I'm not home. Obviously someone else will give a bottle. So we kind of got a variety of different things. The first thing we got was this My Breast Friend breastfeeding pillow. People tend to really like this one, and I was between this and the Boppy, and this one just seemed more structured and comfortable for breastfeeding. But we also did get the Boppy, which I don't have here, but we are going to be using that for like tummy time and holding body shape and learning how to sit, etc. But this one will be our breastfeeding pillow. Next, as far as bottles go, I heard that babies are very picky, so instead of registering for a bunch of bottles of one brand that we didn't know if the baby was gonna like, we actually have just gotten a bunch of samples through like kits and doctor's office. So we have like Tommy Tippy, Dr. Brown's, and Mam bottles, and we also have, I think, Avent as well, but we're just gonna try and see what works, and then after we test and see what they like, we will be getting more of those bottles. So, but I think that's a great way not to have to spend money on a bunch of bottles that you don't know if you're gonna use. Just get the samples, try them out, and then decide what you wanna use. Then I heard it's super important to have burp cloths. This is just a pack of 10 from Amazon. And they're just muslin burp cloths, but I might get another pack. I heard some people say you need 2 packs, but we just went with something simple on Amazon, and this will do the trick, and I know we'll be using these every single day. Then this will be for when she gets a little bit older, but we did get gifted some bibs, and these are just so cute. I mean, I just have to show them because they're absolutely adorable, but they have like little doggy, like a little corgi on it. Like, look how cute that is. And then there's like an elephant and a little kitty cat. And then we were also gifted this one with like little woodland creatures. So many cute. It's something really simple. These are just from Amazon and I believe Target, the Cloud Island ones. And you know, these don't have to be super fancy. They're gonna get super dirty, so don't register for ones that are very expensive. We also registered for a bottle drying rack. Like I said, we haven't picked out the bottles yet, but I know we will be using this. And this one is not too big, so we don't have a ton of counter space, so I wanted something that was nice and confined and that stood upright instead of laid flat. We also got these Num Num spoons, which I've heard are great for like when they're learning to eat. You can like stuff like strawberries and like soft foods in between, and they're like this little silicone texture, and so these will be like her little starter spoons when we get to the feeding phase. Then of course the ultimate haka, because everybody says you need a haka. So basically while you're feeding on one side, you put the other one on the other side and it catches your letdown. So I will most likely be using this, and once we start using it, I will let you know how amazing it is, because everybody else says it's super great. And last but not least, in the feeding category, I did get a portable breast pump. I ended up going with the Willow Go. I spent so much time researching, and when you're looking for a hands-free portable breast pump, it is very difficult to make a decision. But what I would say is use Aeroflow, and I will link them in the description below. But you can use your insurance, and all these breast pumps can either come out free or for like a very low cost. And they also have breastfeeding classes and also birthing classes that you can take through them. And it was just a super easy process. You put your insurance in and you get your stuff delivered very, very quickly. They also send breast milk storage bags. I think I got like 400. So that was really great through the insurance, and I'm excited to try this. Let me know if you guys have liked it and you used it, or if there's another breast pump, but I was really excited about the Willow Go. The next category is diapering, and this was one that I also did a lot of research on. And the first thing we have here is the Skip Hop changing pad, and I chose this because it was wipeable, and I heard that's super important. So it's still in the box. Like I said, we're moving, so a lot of this stuff is still in boxes, but I ended up going with this one because I was between this and the Kikuru, and I just couldn't see myself even registering for a changing pad that costs that much that a baby's gonna pee and poop on and you just wipe it off. And this is, I've heard, almost identical, the dupe, and it's like half the price. So I'm super thankful we were able to get that. So just do your research before you buy anything. Kukuru might be really nice. It's just something I couldn't see myself registering for at that price. Next, when it comes to diaper pail, we went with the Ubi diaper pail, and it's just in like this cream color. We really liked it. And the reason we ended up choosing the Ubi was simply because you can use the regular trash bags. And if you know, you know, trash bags by certain companies can get really expensive. And so just being able to, we go to Costco and buy the bulk trash bags, and just being able to use that in here will save us so much money. And yeah, we just went with that one as well. Next, another thing we heard is not buying tons and tons of bulk diapers that you don't know if your baby's gonna fit in them correctly, cause rashes. So what we did is we just got a couple different packages. So we have like a small pack of Millie Moon Newborn. We also have a pack of Honest and a pack of Huggies Little Snugglers. We're gonna try the different three, see if they work. If they don't, we'll try other ones. But if not, then we'll see what the baby likes, and then we'll kind of stick with that diaper. But we didn't want to buy these giant boxes and then be stuck with diapers that we couldn't even use. So that is a recommendation I've heard a lot of people say to do. Buy the small packs, try them out, and then by the time they're in size 1 or even sooner, you can already move to a bulk size that you know you're gonna like. As far as wipes go, I used to nanny and babysit a lot, and I just love the Honest wipes. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just so great and so easy to use. And so we did already get a box or two of Honest wipes, but these are just wipes that we love. And I'm hoping that doesn't give baby a rash, and so that's what we went with. Also, when it comes to diaper rash cream, we do have the Honest diaper rash cream, and then somewhere in this house, I also have Desitin. Obviously, don't know what's gonna work better. We might still have to try other things, or if you have any suggestions. But we just went with the Honest one for now, and if we need to change, we will. Then we also registered for a portable changing mat. So we do have the changing mat that will go in her room. But for traveling or like middle of the night changes where we just want to change on the bed, we have just this little portable one that I'll probably put on a little cart next to my bed. Next up, we have the wipe dispenser. I did not get a plug-in wipe warmer simply because since I do work in a hospital, I know that wipe warmers can actually increase the amount of bacteria, and so also they tend to dry out your wipes way faster. So we just went with a simple wipe dispenser. It's not heated or anything, but it'll just be easier to pull one wipe at a time. And this is just my personal preference. I know that some people say their baby hated cold wipes, but at one point in time, your baby is gonna have to have cold wipes on their bottom when you're not at home. So they might as well just get used to it from the very start. And then last but not least, we had a lot of back and forth about this, and there's still a large diaper bag that we really love. We love the Mina Bay, the Dagny Dover. There's a couple different ones that we really like, but we were like, okay, I've heard so many people say you end up not using a giant diaper bag for everyday use. So what I went with is this smaller diaper bag by Tush Baby, and it like can be a crossbody, a backpack, like there's so many different ways you can use this. And I think it's perfect. If it's a couple diapers, you can fit like 2 outfits, some burp cloths, even a bottle in here. There's like tons and tons of pockets. You can put your own keys, your wallet, your phone, everything you need. And it's like literally the size of, I I don't know, a piece of paper, which I think will be nice for like everyday, like grocery runs, smaller outings. And then we will be getting a larger diaper bag. So let me know which diaper bag you guys like. I also just didn't know if I want to spend a ton of money on a huge diaper bag. So tell me, is it worth it, or should I get something? Target has some really cute dupes that I'm interested in looking at, and then we'll be getting a larger diaper bag for bigger trips and long days. The next category is sleeping, and this is something I spent so much time researching because you need your baby to sleep, but I ended up going with things that I could find and that were very available. And I am so lucky because it's in the travel case, but this is the Newton bassinet, and I'll insert a picture of it set up. But I was able to get this practically brand new on Facebook Marketplace for $100 when retail price is $300. And I love that the mattress is fully breathable, the bassinet itself, pretty much everything you can wash. And since, like I said, we're moving, it's nice that it's already packed up and ready to go. And this will just be easy to store when she moves out of the bassinet into her crib. And so, yeah, we went with this, but always, like I said, check Facebook Marketplace. You can find a lot of great stuff there. Then as far as sleeping goes, so this is for when she gets a little bit older, but we do have the Dreamland Swaddle sleep sack. And so it does have the swaddle on the inside, and then this is just like a light weighted technology. And then when she's ready to have her arms out, it does unbutton. Can't get it right now. So her arms can come out the sides, but we do have this, and we have 2 of them, so hopefully she likes it. But like I said, I think they have to be 8 or 9 pounds, so this won't be right at the start, but we're hoping that this works well. Then as far as for when she is a newborn, we did get one Ollie swaddle. Again, Facebook Marketplace find, $10. Only used once because their baby hated it. So I was like, well, if my baby hates it, at least I only paid $10 for it. So we do have this Ollie swaddle, which is a Velcro swaddle. It's so loud, so I hope it doesn't wake her up when we use it, but it'll keep her nice and snug, and it has a little tie at the bottom. So we also got this. And then we also do have just traditional swaddles. So this one is a muslin swaddle. I just thought the print on this was so cute. And then we have some that are just like the regular like material that's not muslin. And so hopefully that'll do the trick for the first month or so when she's swaddled really tight and locked in. Then this is just something that's super cute. We were gifted these cute like little Snuggies, and they're just so adorable, and I hope she loves them because I think they're so cute, and they go with the little theme of her nursery. Then, of course, the ultimate, the Hatch machine. We have heard so many good things about this, and it's a nightlight and a sound machine. It has a ton of features, and you can connect it to your phone. We didn't go with the newest version. I think this is the 2nd generation. I think there's a newer version than this, but we've heard they do the same thing, so we went with this one. And then we also heard that you need a portable sound machine for car and all your little outings to keep them sleeping, so we just got the portable Hatch Rest and Go. Hopefully this will do everything that we need it to. We also just got a bunch of blankets. We didn't actually register for any blankets because it's something people like to gift a lot, so we did get quite a few different blankets. This is just one of them, super cute. And we heard that you can never have enough, so we're really thankful that people just give us lots of blankets, and we're excited to use them. And then lastly, we got this cute little tiny car seat blanket, which I think is so cute. And I think it's like little dog paw prints, and it's adorable, and it's just like a little something to remind us of little Dookie, and we are so excited to use this on her. And then as far as a crib, we do have that coming. That is being gifted. My parents got us a crib. However, we don't have it yet. That is going to be delivered to our new place. And then same thing with our mattress. We're going with the Newton crib mattress, fully breathable. I'll attach a picture of that as well. And we're just really excited that we can feel comfortable knowing that if she rolls on her tummy, she will be able to breathe through the mattress, and that will be for when we transition her out of her bassinet into the crib. Okay, we are almost done. So we have 2 categories left, which is accessories, which I didn't really know where to put these, so I just kind of put them in accessories. and then we'll also have playtime. But one thing we heard is to get a fan, and I'll also probably use this at the hospital. We're able to get this bladeless fan. Always check TJ Maxx, Marshalls, places like that, because you can find these way cheaper. We also got gifted the Sophie, which is the teething giraffe. I just think she is so cute, and we'll use this when she starts teething. We also got, my sister is obsessed with llamas, and she got us this cute little llama teether, which we think is adorable. So we'll be using this when she starts teething as well. We also heard to have like little headphones for like when you go to church or things like that is really important, so the baby can not be deafened by all the loud noises. So we just went with these newbie ones. Also, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it, is the nail trimmer. This is just an electric nail file. I don't know, we'll try using this. If it doesn't work, we will just go to traditional nail clippers. But we thought we'd give it a try, as some people swear by these things. And then we got some pacifier clips, and then the ultimate nose Frito, which this thing sounds disgusting, but nothing actually goes in your mouth. You're just using suction, and I heard this is an absolute must. Alrighty, and then this is technically not an accessory, but I just had to share. This is so cute. My cousin actually crocheted this for our baby girl, and it is the cutest little elephant. I mean, she is so talented. She did this. This is her first crochet thing ever, and she did it in like literally like 24 hours. So adorable, and we can't wait to put this in her bedroom. So thank you so much, Grace. Okay, so we finally made it to our last category. I'm so out of breath. You're in the 3rd trimester. If you know, you know. So we got the Love Every playmat. We were gifted this. We're so excited to use it. It comes with like the little contrast cards, a mirror, a playmat. It comes with like a little tent for when they're a little bit older. So we're really excited to use this. Then instead of registering for the Baby Bjorn, we registered for the Baby Delight bouncer. We heard it does the exact same thing, and I believe it's like $150 cheaper, if not more. So this was a must. We also did get the Fisher Price playmat because everybody and their mother says you need the Fisher Price playmat. It is also stored in a box somewhere, but we're excited to use that. And I know the little sound is probably gonna drive me nuts, but we want a happy baby, and so we will be using that. Then lastly, for the playtime kind of like lounging, we did get the Snuggle Me, and I heard that, you know, don't leave your baby unsupervised. This is gonna be something we use sparingly, mostly so that way we can, you know, put her down while maybe we're doing something, but she's in our sight, or when we're sitting on the couch. And again, I'll insert the picture of it, but we don't have it with us physically right here. So, but we already have it, and we're really excited to use that for the beginning newborn stages. Alrighty guys, we made it to the end of the video. That is all the baby registry haul. We also got, I'll insert a little clip, we got a bunch of books instead of asking for cards, so we were able to build her little library, which I definitely recommend doing. So have your baby shower guests bring books instead of cards. It's so cute, and now we have so many books. And then on top of that, we are just so thankful for everybody who gifted us things, people who came to our shower, people who weren't at the shower but still gifted us stuff, and then our families who helped with everything, and just knowing that we are going to have a place and things to provide for our baby. And just the most important thing, you don't need the most expensive. And I did get some really nice items, and I'm so thankful. But I know that at the end of the day, you just need to be there for your kid. And we are just so excited to welcome her into our lives. If there's anything you think I forgot that you were like, oh my goodness, this is an absolute must, and I don't have it, please let us know in the comments. But stay tuned for our next video. We can't wait to introduce you guys to baby girl, hopefully in 10 weeks and not sooner, because I'm not ready yet and we still have to move. But we are so excited. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, leave us a comment, and subscribe. We love y'all. Bye.